Thanks for tuning in to French Teacher K French. This is the 12th video of the math instructions for the summer. I hope these are being beneficial to you and encouraging you and helping you where you need just a little bit of push and a little bit of reminder. Let's start out with some multiplication flashcards. 4 times 5, 20. 10 times 4, 40. 1 times 6, 6. 7 times 3, 21. 8 times 4, 32. 6 times 3, 18. And 4 times 4, 16. Good job. Alright, so let's do a quick little rundown again on some academic vocabulary. Alright, so we have 52 plus 16 gives me 58, or 68, excuse me. This 52 is an add-in, this 16 is an add-in, this 68 is a sum. Alright, for subtraction we have 95, which is our minuend. We have 63, which is our subtractuend, and 32 is our difference. Here we have 23 times 47. 23 and 47 are both factors. We'll get a partial product plus a partial product, and then we get a whole product. Alright, then we have division. We have a dividend. We have a divisor. And we have a quotient over here. So again, a dividend, a divisor, and a quotient. Here we have just a quick, we have 1 pound equals 16 ounces. 1 pound is 16 ounces. And then we have 1 ton, which is 2,000 pounds. These are just some new cards I'm throwing in there to keep things moving around and keeping us learning something new. So 1 pound is 16 ounces. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. Today we're going to show you how to do two-digit divisor, division with a two-digit divisor. If we can master a two-digit divisor, you can be confident in doing a 3-digit and even 4-digit divisor once you get to be confident with the two-digit. We're going to stick with our acronym, Dead Monkeys Stink Badly. We know that this stands for divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Now, we're going to have our dividend as 1,674. We have our divisors 31. Now, the thing is with two-digit divisors, we don't study those multiplication families. We do know that 1 times a number is always the number, so 31 times 1 would be 31. But if we have to get higher up, it's really we don't really just memorize those. So we use them, but we use some math facts. So if I take this 31, I'm going to draw my little arrow over to this 1. Now remember, when our rounding, if we have 0 to 4, stay on the floor, 5 to 9, go to the sky. So this 3, if I look at this 1, I'm going to keep this as a 3. Alright? And I'm going to look at the first digit. Well, 3 can't go into 1, but 3 can go into 16. Now, how many times can 3 go into 16? Well, our math facts of 3s say 3 times 5 is 15. Alright, so that's what we're going to start with. We're going to start with 5. The thing with 2-digit, 3-digit, 4-digit, we do need to kind of have somewhere to start, all right? So let's start with 3 times 5 is 15, but I want to do 31 times 5 because my divisor is 31. So let's do 31 times 5. Notice I'm doing my multiplication practice, my work over here, not next to my problem, just to the side, so I don't get my numbers mixed up and squeezed in and confused with my main problem. So here over here, 31 times 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. Alright, so I'm going to take this 155. It fits under 167. I'm going to make sure I put my 5 above the 7 because I went into 167. Now I'm going to multiply. Got 155. I'm going to subtract. 7 minus 5 gives me 2. 6 minus 5 gives me 1. 1 minus 1 gives me a 0. But then I need to remember to bring down any numbers, and we do have a 4. So we're going to do this again. Now we have 124 divided by 31. Again, let's say this is 3 and it goes into 12. Well, 3 times 4 is 12. So let's go 31 times 4. Again, notice I did not erase the 31 times 5 in case sometimes you kind of need those numbers again, or you're going to come into, oh, I already multiplied that and I know what I need. Alright, so we have 4 times 1 over here is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. So that goes here. The 124 will go here. I'm going to subtract and get a 0. I do not have any more numbers to bring down. Now I can check to see if I did this correctly. I can check it by casting out 9s like we have went over before, or I can take my dividend, my quotient, take your quotient, multiply it by your divisor, so 54 times 31, and I have 1 times 4, 4, 1 times 5, go to the second column, so give you a space holder, 3 times 4 is 12, 15 plus 1 is 16, add my partial products, I get 4, 7, 6, 1, 1,674 matches this 1,674, therefore I know my quotient is correct. We're going to do several more. Okay, we have 5,256 divided by 72. Again, I know 72 times 1 is 72, but 72 times 2, 72 times 3, I don't really have those memorized. I can figure that out quickly, but I'm going to figure out which one I need, okay? So let's figure out where to start with this, okay? So I draw my little arrow next door, that's 7, and I look at 2, 0 to 4, stay on the floor, 5 to 9, go to the sky. So I'm going to say a 7, and I look to see if 7 can go into this first digit. Can 7 go into 5? No, but it can go into 52. Alright, so I need to know my 7s table. 7 times 7 is 49, 7 times 8 is 56, so let's stick with 7 times 7 is 49. Again, though, I'm going to use 72 because that's the whole divisor. So I'm going to come over to the side and do 72 times 7 is what we decided where to start. So 7 times 2 is 14. Put a 4, carry a 1. 7 times 7 is 49 plus 1 is 50. So I put 504. And I'm going to put my 7 above the 525. I'm putting it above the 5 over here, again, because I went into 525. Notice I'm trying to keep my numbers in rows so they're not squeezed or floating, and so they don't get confused. All right, so now we're going to subtract. We have 5 minus 4 is 1, 2. By casting out 9s or by multiplying my quotient times my dividend. Alright, to see if I did it correct. We're going to do one more of 2-digit, and I'm even going to throw in a 3-digit, and just to show you that it's the same principle. Okay, so in this one we have 1,763 as our dividend, and we have 41 as our divisor. Alright, so let's find somewhere to start. So again, I make a little arrow over here. It kind of helps me see what I'm doing. The 1 says stay on the floor, so let's keep this as a 4. Can 4 go into 1? No, but 4 can go into 17. 4 times 4 is 16, so let's start with a 4. So let's do 41 times 4. Again, do your work off to the side. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. That works, so let's put 164. Let's make sure we put our 4 above the 176. Now let's subtract. 6 minus 4 is 2. 7 minus 6 is 1. This gives us a 0. Don't forget to bring down our 3. Now we need 123 divided by 41. Well, let's do 4 goes into 12 3 times. Let's do 41 times 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. That gives me 123. Put my 3 there. I get 0. And again, I could check this by doing, let's go ahead and erase this if I wanted to. Let's do 43 times 41. I get 3 and 4. Put a 0. You get 12. You get 16 plus 1, which is 17. Add your partial products. 3, 6, 7, 1. This number matches that number. I did the multiplication correctly. Now, let's try a 3-digit divisor just to show you that the principle is the same. As you can see, this number is a lot bigger. We have a 3-digit divisor, so we have 498,240 as our dividend. And let's divide it by 865. Yes, 3 digits, but let's do it the same way. Take this digit, draw your little arrow over to the second digit, and then 6 means go to the sky, so this would be like a 9. And we can ask ourselves, does 9 go into 4? Let's make this a little bigger so you can see it on the... Does 9 go into 4? No, but it can go into 49. And if we know our 9's tables, we have 9 times 4 is 36, 9 times 5 is 45, 9 times 6 is 54. So let's go with the 5. Let's try that. But I'm doing 865 times 5. Okay? So 5 times 5 is 25. Put the 2. 30 plus 2 is 32. This gives you 40 plus 3 is 43. Alright, so let's see. 4, 3, 2, 5. Okay? If I want to put my number, make sure I put my number here because I went into 4982 and went into that number first. So now we're going to subtract. I multiplied. Alright, so can I take 5 from 2? No. So now we're going to do a little bit of borrowing here. So make this 8 a 7. Now this is a 12 minus 5 is 7. Then we have 7 minus 2, 5. 9 minus 3, 6. This is 0. Let's bring down, and we're bringing down the next number, which is 4. Alright, so we're going to start the process again. How many times would 9 go into 65? Well, if we know 9 times 7 is 63, that gives us again somewhere to start with. So let's go over here. 865 times 7. My board is a little bit small, so I might have to erase it. But if I can keep my numbers already worked out, I really do like to go ahead and keep them worked out. But if you have to erase them, you can erase them or work on a scratch piece of paper. It's always good to have a piece of paper handy when doing math. Alright, 7 times 5 is 35. Carry a 3. Then you have 42 plus 3 is 45. Then you have 56 plus 4 gives you 60. So let's go 6055. Let's subtract. Let's put the 7 right above the column that we just did. Now let's subtract. Again, I can't take 5 from 4. Let's do a little borrowing. Let's take from 7. Gives us a 6 there. This is now 14. Now we have 14 minus 5 gives you a 9. 6 minus 5 gives you a 1. 5 minus 0 gives you a 5. This gives you a 0. Now I'm not done because I still have another number to carry down. And I need to carry down this 0. Alright, so now I got to figure out, well, I know times 5 gave me 4,325. 7 gave me 6,055, which is too big. So let's go times 6. And I'm going to go ahead and erase this one over here. So 865 times 6. 6 times 5 gives me 30. 6 times 6 gives you 36. Plus 3 gives you 39. 6 times 8 gives you 48. Plus 3 gives you 51. 5,190. Put the 6 there. And I am done. Now we can cast out 9s to check it, or you can multiply your quotient by your dividend. Your quotient by your divisor. This is your dividend. Sorry, sometimes I get a little ahead of myself too. So quotient times the divisor. Have a great day. Don't be scared of math. Just keep working, keep plugging, and you can do it. I know you can.